Santiago está en España en la noroeste, es feo, viejo y importante. A la gente le gusta mirar, montar en bicicleta y visitar importante lugar en historia. Santiago has one of the largest pilgrimages in the world from France to Santiago. Over 300,000 pilgrims reach Santiago and receive their Compostela certificate. To earn their certificate, you must walk at least 100 kilometers, cycle at least 200 kilometers, and make sure your pilgrim passport is stamped at least once a day. The Santiago de Camino Cathedral is one of the most important religious structures in all of Spain, particularly because it marks the end of the 790 kilometers that make up the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage route. The Botafumeiro is a large censer which disperses incense amid the congregation, weighing 117 pounds and measuring 4.9 feet. It is one of the largest in the world and is suspended 65 feet above the crowd by a system of ropes and pulleys. On special occasions and after some masses, the Botafumeiro is released by a team of 8 tiraboleros, who swing it across the cathedral at great speeds, up to 42 miles per hour. Many believe that the Botafumeiro tradition was started in order to cover up the smell of the thousands of pilgrims arriving at the cathedral after their exertion. One of the main attractions of this cathedral is the 12th century Portico de la Gloria. It has become significant for the pilgrims walking the Camino to reach this cathedral at the end of their journey along the Camino de Santiago. One of the 3 rituals that pilgrims perform on arrival is to touch a certain place on the column, a groove that has been worn into the stone due to so many pilgrims resting their hands here. Construction of the present cathedral began in 1075 under the reign of Alfonso VI of Castile and the patronage of Bishop Diego Palaez. It was built mostly of granite, and the construction was halted several times, but the last stone was finally laid in 1122. The Porta Santa, or Holy Door, was built in the 16th century and is also known as the Forgiveness Door. It is located in the Plaza Quintana and takes pilgrims straight to the St. James Crypt and the main altar of the cathedral, as well as the image of St. James that is traditionally hugged by pilgrims. The Holy Door is only open on holy years. There are many plazas and squares in the city to visit, but the most popular ones are clustered around the Cathedral of Santiago. The Plaza del Abradoro is the gathering place for the pilgrims during the feast day of St. James. There are many stories to tell the lines of the shell to many roads that pilgrims can take to arrive at Santiago. Medieval pilgrims used to wear a scallop shell for the duration of their journey to Santiago. Since scallops are native to the coast of Galicia, many people take one as a souvenir for having completed the pilgrimage. Scallops can be found on the various paths, serving as a way markers next to yellow arrows to point pilgrims in the correct direction. In the 1980s, yellow arrows had to be painted to indicate the path that pilgrims should follow, which would be painted on the ground, trees, or some signposts. As there were so many yellow arrows on the way, they became a symbol of the Camino de Santiago, achieving their goal of promoting the Camino de Santiago.